Alright, before we begin today's video, I want to make a couple things absolutely clear. I like when you guys comment, I really do. I despise when you are willfully fucking ignorant, okay? There's a commenter that has been commenting on the Kavanaugh hearing videos that I feel I should address outwardly and in a video. First of all, I at no point that I recall said that there's no such thing as repressed memories. If you've heard me say the contrary, please send me in some way a time-stamped link to the video so that I can see for myself exactly what it is you're hearing, so that I can either listen to it myself and say, no, you're making shit up, or B, I can recount that statement and say, oh, why did I say that? That was wrong. I absolutely believe there's such a thing as repressed memories. So sending me links to articles about how there's such a thing as repressed memories, my only response to that is, so? What is your point? Secondly, I understand that memory is flawed. Right? I understand that normal people, trauma victims, and everybody in between, they've got flaws in their memory. They may not entirely always remember everything about a situation. I get that, right? Kind of my point. It's the reason why a witness account doesn't stand up in court as much as an actual, factual representation, like camera footage or a recording of some sort, right? Memory is flawed. That's the inherent problem when you've got somebody who has nothing other than a memoried accusation. So when you send me articles saying, memories are flawed, you're making my fucking point. I don't think that was your intention, but you're willfully fucking ignorant. You're not paying attention to what I'm saying and to what you're trying to talk about. And honestly, I don't understand what it is you're trying to talk about. You're sending me articles that have nothing to fucking do with anything I've fucking said. So what is your point? Thirdly, the argument that because Brett Kavanaugh has not demanded an FBI investigation, that somehow means he's guilty. Alright. Multiple times during the hearing, he said, I am willing to submit to whatever the committee feels is appropriate. He doesn't have the authority to stop an FBI investigation. The president can't call for one and then he say, yeah, I don't want one, and then it's just never going to happen. It doesn't work that way. So to say that he's somehow stopping this, you're fucking stupid. He can't also demand that one happen and then have one happen. He doesn't have control over the FBI and those resources. Right? He isn't their boss. So to say that he's not putting one in motion, you're fucking stupid. You gotta be kidding me. He has said multiple times, I am willing to do whatever the committee feels is necessary to clear my name. He also said multiple times, I wanted a hearing the next day. A hearing is far more conclusive than an FBI investigation. Right? So I would say that if they were saying, we want to do a hearing on this, and he said, yeah, I don't want to do that, that would be a sign of guilt. Because a hearing is someplace where you try and get down to the facts and figure out who's right and who's wrong. And he wanted that the next day and every day up until it finally happened. And what happened? They bitched because he's not demanding an FBI investigation. The man's sitting in front of the people who can make the decisions, and they're saying, we want you to make somebody else make the decision. And he's saying, I'm right here. Ask me what you want. I've been annoyed all day long. This is why I only answer comments like once a week, because it annoys me. It only takes one of you to annoy me to this point, to where now I'm yelling. And everybody's going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, man. And it wasn't fucking you. The person who knows who it is knows who it is. She's fucking asinine. And as far as whether or not the dumbass fucking skit from yesterday was fixed or not, I'm going to tell you this. She said it wasn't rigged. It wasn't staged. She said that. Right? If we're all to believe women no matter what they say, it's awfully fucking hypocritical of you to say, I absolutely believe Dr. Ford and everything that she says unequivocally, and yet when the other girl says something that you don't like how that turns out because that's not your narrative, now all of a sudden, fuck that bitch, she's lying. Right? You're an idiot. Stop being that. It's easy. You just stop thinking like an idiot. That's the first point. The second point is, I looked through 5 different news sources. 5 of them. News sources. I didn't go and check Facebook to see what people posted on Facebook, because I don't consider Facebook or Twitter or Reddit to be news sources. Because it's shit that the everyday man fucking posts to. I don't buy them as news sources. That's why I go to news sources. And they said bleach and water, diluted bleach, was used to pour on these men. I can't think of a man alive that would volunteer or be okay with having somebody pour diluted bleach in their lap. Right? Further goes to the not fucking staged argument. Also, why is she pouring diluted bleach in their lap if she's staging it? Makes no fucking sense. Third, the woman has a YouTube channel that says there are 2 videos on it. There is only 1 video that you can access, which means that either YouTube took down the other video, she took down the other video, and that's it. If it was staged, why would she take it down? She's got another video up with 4 million views that has 11,000 likes and 22,000 dislikes. You're telling me all of a sudden she cares about the like to dislike ratio? Everybody that has decided they want to say something about this bleach pouring, water pouring, whatever episode has gone to the first video and decided to make their comments there. She hasn't turned off comments for that video, so clearly the comments weren't getting to her. There's got to be another reason why it's down. And either YouTube took it down because it's promoting harmful activities, right? Or she took it down because she realizes that there's a possibility she could be criminally liable. Now, if it's the first, fine. It's entirely possible that could be a moot point, because if YouTube takes it down because it's encouraging bad behavior, then yeah, it could totally be staged. But if she took it down because any reason, she took it down most likely because it wasn't fucking staged. Because if it was staged, she wouldn't care if it was up. Now, here's the crux. I don't know if when YouTube takes down a video, whether or not it still counts on your video counter. I do know that yeah, I don't know how that works. I was going to say, I know that whenever I privated a bunch of my videos, it took them off of my counter for me, but I don't know if it takes them off of the counter for everybody else. So there may be something there. But nevertheless, I still have 2 other points, which are very good, I think. I don't know. Somebody tell me how many videos YouTube says that I have up, and I'll check it with what I see and what I actually have, and maybe we'll be able to figure out at least one of my 3 points might be incorrect. I don't know. Nevertheless, it's just... and seriously, apparently you guys don't fucking, like, think, but to throw, oh my god, your confirmation bias is amazing to me when you're sourcing me Facebook, first of all, and secondly, you are absolutely condemning Judge Kavanaugh as being an attempted rapist because some lady says he is, and that's all you're going off of, to then throw confirmation biases in my face. There really is nobody stupider in the world than you. Like, it just, well, I mean, and everybody else in the world that thinks just exactly like you, but whatever. Like, it just, it drives me insane. It annoys me so much that you don't pay attention even to the words that you're saying. How am I supposed to take you seriously and think that you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying when A, you're sourcing me shit that is disputing things that I never fucking said, and B, you don't even pay attention to what you say? Like, what do you want me to do with that? What do you want? Right? I'm going to put an intro of some sort in here now to denote that we are changing gears.
My name is Jeff.
Alright. So, did everybody like the when you give a mouse a cookie reading? Getting back to that from 2 days ago. I did that for a purpose. I think it's pretty safe to say, I know at least one of you that will disagree with me, but I think it's pretty safe to say, and things now have progressed beyond whether or not the allegations are true or not. Because there is absolutely no way to prove whether or not they're true. They've called for another FBI investigation. Now, what's going to happen? Let me tell you. From what I know, from what I've heard, from all the places that I've sourced, the FBI is going to interview all of the people who are involved in this situation. They're going to interview Brett Kavanaugh. They're going to interview Christine Blasey Ford. They're going to interview Mike Judge. They're going to interview this, whatever the fuck her name is, Christine Blasey Ford's buddy. They're going to interview this PJ guy probably. And Hamburger or whoever the fuck else was there. I don't know. Maybe they might talk to Tobin. I don't know. Read his spirit guide and find out what's going on. I haven't a clue in the world. They're going to talk to all of the witnesses. Now, another thing that they might do is look at evidence. The only thing that they have for evidence is the note that she read, which says the exact same fucking thing that she's going to say in the statement. And they're going to look at the psychiatrist notes, which are going to say the exact same thing that has already been said that they say. They're going to look at Brett Kavanaugh's calendars, which he's put into evidence with the committee. So they're just going to look at those again and try and compare dates. They're going to probably ask Mike Judge, when was it that you worked at the Safeway? And he's probably going to say, in the summer of '82. Well, we've already narrowed it down to the summer of '82 because Christine Blasey Ford said that it happened in the summer of '82. So if he worked for one weekend in the summer of '82, well, that might mean something. But my guess is that he probably worked there at least a good portion of the summer. If he only worked there a month, it narrows it down. But if he said that he worked there the whole summer, we've gotten nowhere. They can't look at the house that it happened in because we don't know what house it happened in. So we can't look at her clothes from the night because she probably doesn't have them anymore. We can't examine any other actual physical evidence, because there isn't any. Yeah, there you go. So they're going to talk to everybody. They're going to get their statements. Now, everybody involved that they're going to most likely talk to has already made some sort of statement under the threat of perjury. So I'm willing to guess that unless one of these people are amazingly moronic, they're probably going to say the same fucking thing that they said in the statement that they've already made under the threat of perjury. So then, all of this information is going to be collected, again, and given to the president, again, and then the FBI is going to say, we consider this case closed, again. And then the president is going to take that information, and he's going to look through it, and he's going to go, huh, looks the same, and he's going to send it off to the fucking Senate committee. Again. And then the Senate committee is going to look at it, and they're going to go, oh, well, we're going to need a week to, at least, to look through all of this information. Because, you know, we're going to need time to look through all of this. And none of it's going to be different. And all the Republicans are going to say, nothing has changed. We have the same fucking information that we've always had. What do you need to look at? And then the Democrats are going to say, you see, they don't want to give us time to look at the information that's exactly the same as what we've already looked at. So they're just trying to ram this guy through. And a 3-month process, I looked it up yesterday. There's if you look up Supreme Court nomination confirmation, there's actually a nice convenient list. Our government gives it to us, where it shows the day that they were nominated and the day that they were confirmed. There was a guy on there that was nominated and confirmed in the same fucking day. Right? I could argue that that might be ramming the guy through. But we're up to 3 months now, and counting. July 1st, I believe, was the day that the guy was nominated. July 1st. Tomorrow is going to be October 1st. All of July, all of August, all of September. The argument of they're trying to ram him through, maybe in July I could have bought that. Maybe in August. Up to mid-August or so, I could kind of be like, eh. By the time the August is ended and we're getting into September, they're trying to ram him through argument starts to fall a little fucking flat. We're into October now. 3 months. It's been 3 months. And it's going to be another week. Are you shitting me? To say at this point they're trying to ram him through is fucking retarded. They're trying to get a vote. They're just trying to get him voted on. What's the problem with that? That's their job, to vote on the nominee. Democrats are afraid they don't have the votes to get him voted down. So, they're trying to stall until they get the votes to vote him down. I think it's pretty fucking obvious at this point. If it isn't obvious to you, it's because you're not paying attention. But they're going to get all this information, they're going to demand time to look at it. And then, there's already problems with it, and it hasn't even fucking started yet. There's a problem is, well, are they going to look at Dr. Ford's claims and everybody else's? Or are they just going to look at Dr. Ford's claims? Because we want them to look at everybody's claims. And the other claims, frankly, are... There's less there. The second claim of... Yeah, I mean, I was at this party, but I was blackout drunk, so I don't really know. And everybody was playing with a fake dildo, but... I think I saw Brett pull up his pants at some point after they had put the fake dildo on my face. So it might have been his penis, but I don't really know. You have less there than with Dr. Ford's allegations. What is there to look into there? And the other one, where a college student is going to multiple high school parties, and at every single one of them is noticing that girls are being drugged and taken off to rape. And then multiple parties in, the same thing happens to her. She doesn't sound like an intelligent person. Why would you go to a second party if at the first party you notice that girls are getting drugged and raped? Not just raped, mind you. Gang raped. Kids lined up outside the door to take their turn. Probably the most ridiculous claim of them all. Because if there was a gang rape ring going on, you'd think that somebody would have said something about it before now. I'm not trying to say that somebody would ever, but you're implying that there are many, 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 many victims. If for years there are these parties going on where women are being drugged and gang raped, you'd think that at the very least, after this Julie Swetnick came out with her claim, that somebody else would go, yeah, I remember that happening to me too. Lying outside the door, the whole thing. But I'm not hearing that. So you're telling me that one person remembers a lot of people being gang raped? You gotta be kidding me. They're going to demand that each one of these things get their own week-long investigation because that way it takes us into November. I swear to God, at this point, if it isn't obvious to you that they're trying to push this shit along until the election is over, you're not paying attention. You need to start paying attention because it's right there. It's right in front of your face. And everybody's like, oh, we're all on board with the FBI investigation because the Democrats have whined and bitched about it so long that they're like, fine, 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 give the mouse a cookie. But that's it. After that, we're done. We're voting after that. No more cookies. No milk. No straws. Don't care. But that's not going to be good enough. And they're going to bitch and whine some more about how we didn't give every single one of the people who's ever claimed anything against the guy and anybody who decides to do it from this point on, we're not giving them the attention that they deserve. We're not being respectful to victims. It's right there. Just because I'm predicting it doesn't mean that it isn't going to happen. And just because I'm predicting it doesn't mean that I'm the only one. A lot of people are predicting this. And if you're not hearing that, you need to stop listening to CNN. Because they're the only ones that are going to tell you anything different. And even CNN, I believe, did an article where they said, yeah, the Democrats are kind of going too far here. So anyways, there's your overly emotional, angry video. Go ahead and tell me how I look like a petulant child who's whining about his toy being taken away, or some other fucking idiocy. Go ahead, keep it coming, because at this point now I've gotten it all out. Like this is cathartic for me. This is how I release all of this stress. I make these videos, and now that it's all done, I'm just gonna laugh at you from this point forward because it's just fucking stupid to me. Like it. But anyways, there you go. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I've got other things that I want to cover that are just different. So it's entirely possible that I might not be handling this fucking case in specific until the FBI comes back with the exact same thing that they've already came up with, and all of the exact same, testimony that everybody has already signed affidavits on, or whatever the fuck. So, yeah. And probably not going to be answering comments for a little while again because you all annoy me.